You guys might just be wondering what's going on in the shop today. So we've got just another beautiful Saturday here in Ohio. It is 65 degrees outside and it is basically the middle of January. This is pretty much unheard of. We are back in the shop again, working on the C10. Bruce is currently fixing up some jigs so that we can get the rear section of the truck frame level with the front section of the truck frame, because we're going to be cutting out the middle of the floor of the truck to fit the drivetrain, and we need more than just the front two bolts there and there holding the bed down. We also need to get this section on so we can have a tailgate, and then we can mount a rear spoiler too, rear wing, for some extra downforce. So we are going to get these guys, I believe, bolted on so we can work and figure out how to lower the rear section of the frame down, because it's basically, the top of this is basically level with that right there. So we're going to get working on that right now. Here at the shop getting this 2010 C6 torn apart. Bruce is currently up at my garage working on tying the rear frame section that you just saw the rest of the way to the Corvette and the rest of the C10 frame. I'm going to start working on this to get this front suspension section cut out so we can use it on the C10. It's a lot cleaner frame than we have currently up there off of the C5, and also it has not been unbolted and unaligned at all. I think that's going to make it a bit easier for us going into the project, getting the suspension to come out squared and nice. So this is my project for the afternoon. I'm going to get cracking on it and see how far I get. I do have to save the right-hand fender and inner fender off of this guy, because that's going to go on my white C6 that we're building, and it's going to be a fun process of peeling off the glued on inner fender. So we've got our putty knives ready, and we're going to get cracking on it. So we just got the front bumper peeled off, and now we are going to probably grab what's left of the radiator support off there. Unfortunately, this radiator support was no good, so I'm going to have to order one for my C6. Next, we'll grab the fender and then the headlight off. I did already steal the upper control arm for my C6, not knowing that we were going to use this suspension. So I ordered another one, and it has arrived earlier this week, so we can slap that back together. But so far, going pretty smoothly. So we are slowly using the hammer and thicker putty knife to work in the groove to pop it off. Right in here, it has slowly started to split and crack away from the Corvette frame. It's going decent, so now I'm going to start working on this piece that's on the side of the Corvette frame. But I just heard Romy pull in with a load of Camaros, and on there is actually no, it's a Camaro and a Mustang, and on there is a burnt L99 Camaro that we are hoping has possibly a better block on it than what's for the LSA that I already have, because you know the LSA that I have, it is broken, and we don't really want a broken block, even though we're trying to weld it. This guy here, if there's even an engine in it, because they had no underhood picture, haha, we have parts. This one here is going to get sent to the machine shop, rebuilt and sleeved. Well, we knew it was going to be a lot of work and take a lot of time, but we eventually, as you saw, got it peeled off of there. This one here is probably one of the more difficult pieces because just the fiberglass was so thin right there. But luckily this side's damaged and I don't need this side, so we are going to quickly pop this side off so we have two clean frame rails coming forward. We did notice that this tie rod is quite curvy, so that steering gear rack or just tie rod end is going to need to get changed. Not sure exactly how we're going to drop this out of here because the engine is still in it, and with it having the torque tube is going to make that kind of difficult. So we are going to ponder that one for a few minutes while we work on getting the radiator dropped out, the intake taken out, this piece taken off, and then just the miscellaneous stuff that runs along the frame rails that we don't need. there we have it. We've got the front suspension off. Went ahead and busted it out tonight. Went quite fast. I think we did it in about half an hour. Got the engine unbolted, frame cut, all the lines taken off nice and cleanly, because I need quite a few of them for my C6 rebuild. And now we've got ourselves a full 2010 C6 front suspension that has been not tampered with. So get this engine lifted off of here and get this up to my garage, and we've got ourselves basically all that we need for to start putting in the front suspension in the C10. So that is a wrap for the night. We are heading out of here because I'm exhausted and I know he's exhausted too. So a lot done today, and probably be back working on it next week sometime. I don't see us working on it tomorrow. So until next time.